let's talk about what's gonna go on at the pub and how we're gonna start this, how we're going to, we'll talk about the survey and what are your ideas? Who wants to go first?
May I go first?
Mhm.
I'm thinking this has three approaches. One, we want to discuss the survey. Two, we want to get the business owners' input for the master plan. And three, we want to have it social, get to know each other, facilitate conversations, and hopefully business amongst different businesses in town. Now, for the master plan, I'm thinking that should be about 45 minutes.
So, can I just stop you right there? How many of these business owners know anything about master?
We've talked about it, it's in the survey, and
Okay, but here's the thing. And then I'm not saying we don't do that, but I'm throwing out, I'm gonna,
Right.
be devil's advocate here or whatever it is, which is maybe a pain in the ass. I don't think a lot of the business owners know anything about the master plan. So if we're gonna talk about it, somebody's gonna explain it.
yes.
And then I'm not sure how you ask questions about a master plan to someone who has never even heard anything about it and probably doesn't care about it.
Well, two things. One is when CMRPC had a event at the Grafton High School, and what they did was they had different stations set up that facilitated people giving their input.
Yep.
We're going to try and have something similar but more abbreviated during this. So we'll spend 10 minutes. Hey, basically, master plan is nothing but a business plan, but for the town.
So are we gonna have something on a board that it's gonna
Like an
show
easel
master
or-
plan and it's gonna show, these certain things?
Yeah,
Are gonna be discussed in the master plan committee. And what are your thoughts on these items here?
they will have a PowerPoint and
Ooh, CMRPC?
yes,
Oh, okay.
and they're strictly going to focus on the economic development aspect of the master plan.
Okay,
They're not going to talk about the housing or transportation or anything else. We just want to hear your input for economic development.
okay.
Okay,
That's meaty.
I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, that's why I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out how this is all gonna work.
yes.
Okay,
So they will give a 10-minute overview. And then we figured the 35 minutes of just trying to solicit information, giving information, trying to have an exchange. Then what we'll do is we'll take, say, 30 minutes. Hey, here are the results of the survey we did. Is there anything underlying this that we should be aware of? I'm not looking for this to be a complaint session, but if you have suggestions.
we are looking to find out what's bothering the businesses in town.
Right, but at the same time, I want you to tell me what are the opportunities for improvement? It's like, I want it to be, give me the stuff that, the negatives, right? But let's frame it as these are opportunities for improvement. Having a bitch session of how you aren't happy with a particular, and
I get yelled
um, complaining for 45 minutes of things that you're not happy with and rehashing the past doesn't help us. But you're saying, hey, this happened. Here's how I wish it could have been done better. And
Okay, so now who's gonna, we got CMRPC doing the master plan discussion.
right,
Who's gonna do survey results? Is it Laura or Nikki or you or what?
I was envisioning it being me.
Okay.
But part of the reason we're having this meeting is to discuss how the EDC committee wants that to be done.
Yeah, that's,
So
So,
I second the motion.
yeah, no,
He's the man.
I agree.
Sounds good to me.
So you're gonna explain the survey, go over the results.
right, And-
Anybody else on the committee can
Pipe in.
can take a question or answer a question or whatever it is.
right.
And we'll just move on from there.
Right, and here's kind of what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning we're gonna have a number of people there that haven't completed the survey.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna try and, at the beginning, we're not gonna start immediately at 5:30. I'm thinking we're gonna, people come in, get registered, get drinks. And if they haven't completed the survey, I'd want them to get that survey and complete it.
Yeah, because it takes like,
3 minutes.
yeah, so you could definitely do that.
And what we just learned is that the system incorporates those emails into it and it doesn't create additional.
Okay. Okay,
So then that's the two things are hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna have Calm speak for 5 minutes. Calm.
come.
Calm is the marketing guy.
I'm
This,
not gonna have it clear. You gotta explain this.
hey, Sean.
Sean?
What he's going to do is talk about opportunities for grants that people can get with the state for
He's from the state? Or from
No.
San Marcos State?
neither. He's going to,
I'll
he's,
get to this in a minute.
he's going to talk about grants that businesses can get from the state
Yeah,
for training.
where's he from? Don't lose this. I mean, does he work with the state? Is he,
No, he's a,
Consultant type of thing.
and you say calm,
Okay.
I spell that CALM. What's his?
okay, KH, yeah,
Oh, okay.
right. What is? He basically does training and marketing. He's very tight with the chambers. And he wants to talk about grants that are available that people can get for their companies to learn about AI. AI is this massive thing that's changing the way things are
What's the name
done.
of the company? I know it. I
You know, it.
I
It's
think
like,
I talked to him.
yeah, it's,
It's a worthwhile presentation.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. I just didn't know.
John, quick question. How many survey responses have we gotten?
17.
Bigger than I thought.
I'm bigger than, you know, John said that, and when I first got here and I went. Figured maybe,
You guys need to be using your influence in town and getting these people to the, yes, you do.
They tell me.
Everyone
I'm saying
knows
it
you.
Every day.
Well, I'll start making some calls this week. I mean, to be fair, once you get into December, it was sort of a black
Yeah,
hole.
yeah, now things have calmed a little bit.
On a building on Grafton Street.
Yeah.
So.
Com, KHAM.
I posted it in,
Yeah.
Grafton Informed,
In the corner, the back end of it is down.
and I got some responses from it.
I was there the other day. and I looked at
Grafton Forum, did you post it in?
it. It's down there.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
Grafton
Is this a
Informed,
WPI?
Hmm?
Grafton, is it Grafton?
Grafton Informed.
Informed, yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna post it in Grafton Moms and Dads too, but sometimes the admin doesn't approve my posts. They don't like.
I'll get to the details. of it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just, you said that, I'm
Hey.
going, "Who's this guy,
Sorry about that.
it's okay. So he's gonna discuss grant programs for businesses, that's great.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then, what else do we have?
I'm just letting people actually socialize.
So that's
General
like-
discussion.
That's a big, like chunk of time that you have planned already.
Right, it's an hour. And the fact is CMRPC could take up more time, and I actually boxed them in a bit. Thinking that we didn't want them to take over the meeting.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Is town planner coming?
Uh,
I think that she has to. Yeah, just-
I don't know if she's coming or not.
Okay.
We'll have to,
Yes,
okay, so if you're gonna invite the select board, then I'm going to invite Evan. Fiona,
Anybody else from the town, other town committees you think we should invite? No,
planning board?
yeah, maybe. Or isn't there a master plan committee?
Yes.
Do they need to be there?
Who's the chair of that? Do you know? He must be Ron.
yeah, I think it's David that's the chair, who's also chair of the planning board.
Oh. Dave Robbins?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Dave could go.
so,
Is it Poshy?
what's that?
Is it called Poshy?
No, it's
No, the company, is he's talking about Poshy chatbot,
Chapod, yeah.
is that right?
Let me get back. InThink Agency is the name of his company.
Think agency,
Yes. There you go, InThink Agency.
then it was Posh. I saw a whole thing on that at the credit union thing,
Right.
and it was similar name, but it's
So I even have,
Karan versus Khan.
right. I forgot where I was going with that.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, that's perfectly fine. What we'd do is, let me backtrack and restate where I stand. Basically, Tom will give a presentation about the grants that's available for educational from the state. He'll suggest that people use it on AI. We'll invite the planning board, we'll invite the master plan working committee, I think has like 18 people.
Yes.
So it's fairly large.
David come though.
Yeah, no, I'm
And
sure.
he can, update everybody on where, the progress and,
Wax eloquent.
yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll invite the master plan working group.
We get 3 hours. Let 'em rip.
Well, Ray emphasized that he wanted the network and it to be a big
Sure.
portion, so I just wanted to make sure there's adequate time.
Okay,
Shaking hands, babies.
So as far as people invited, I've invited a lot of everybody who is on my email list gets invited. Which tends to be more the retail businesses.
Mhm.
I'm personally reaching out to the larger businesses on Creeper Hill Road. I'm including, I went by, I dropped flyers off and talked to the people who are in like the office buildings, like the guy that provides home health care for the elderly and things like that, that most people aren't interacting with. Working on getting like some of the larger land owners in Grafton, but that's gotta be more of a Ray thing, because he knows those people personally as opposed to me.
It's, what's his name, was invited, Steve Goodman.
Steve Goodman.
Steve Goodman and
Crew.
4 of his people are coming, yes.
Great.
Any board on off subject for a minute? Can I?
What's
I'll table that. Yeah, I'll table that.
What's the question?
No, other business, this is on other business, I'll write this down.
Okay. So Steve is coming, yes. One of the things I want to talk about, and I'm still working with CMRPC, is how we handle Bullock Plaza. The owners of Bullock Plaza is looking to redevelop it. Ideally, the town rezoned it because we'd like to see mixed use. The owner's not too fond of that, but I'd like to try and figure out how we could influence people to come to a consensus of things that work best.
It's for sale. You know that, it's for sale.
Yeah. So, but he still owns it, so it makes sense that he comes.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Okay.
Pretty good agenda.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's,
so-
yeah, I think it's good.
It's gonna be a good event.
It is.
How many, more times are we pushing out the survey before we, cause I know we're gonna meet again, right, to go over the results, so we're all on the same page?
No, there's
Or-
no reason me to go over the results. I go just about print the thing off from the system and
Well.
put a
this-
PDF and send it to you.
Yeah, that's,
Okay.
yeah, we can find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, just send it. to us.
Would you guys like to talk about what we have so far, just so you feel?
What?
Sure.
What we have or who we have?
Well, so,
Is it Survey wet, right?
yeah, so far we have 17 responses. Of the 17.
I know
12
I'm one
come
of
from-
them.
12 come from businesses that have less than 10 employees, and 5 come from businesses that have between 11 and 50 employees. So the types of businesses that have responded have been professional services, consultant, financial institution, restaurants, personal services, which would be like nail salons, hair salons, recreational, which are things that pertain to health and fitness, retail stores, and medical, and other. How long have you been in business? Approximately 30% have been in business for less than a year. We have about 12% that have been in business between 2 and 5 years. We have 10% that have been in business between 6 and 10 years. 18% that have been in business between 11 and 20, and almost 30% that have been in business for over 20 years. So I was kind of impressed by the longevity of the businesses that responded. Of the people that responded, about 17.65% rate their experiences with the town as excellent. 52% said good, 23% neutral, and 6% said not applicable. 0% responded somewhat unsatisfactory, and 0% responded unsatisfactory. And then we asked the question, if you're generally pleased with doing business in Grafton, please choose the reasons. And 58% said good customer service from the town. 29% the town is receptive and helpful. 18% support from local chambers of commerce. 47% other Grafton businesses patronize their business. 64% said Grafton is centrally located and easily accessible. 30% said my business is thriving, and 12% said all of the above. If you're unhappy or dissatisfied with the town, please specify one. And we had 38% said they found it difficult or challenging to do business in town. We have 12% that said that they're not getting enough business. We had 63% say it's challenging to find and retain employees. I want to circle back to that one. And we had 25% said due to rising costs, the profit margins are shrinking. And we had 0% said the town is not receptive to their business. Now, we just mentioned that 62.5% said that they're finding it hard to find employees. I've been talking to business owners, and this is where I really need your input, Carl. Some of these business owners that I'm talking to have said that there was a thaw in Q4 compared to earlier in the year.
Like it wasn't as hard in Q4?
They were finding, they're able to get employees. They're still doing interviews and a lot of them are still getting ghosted, but they are able to hire people where earlier in the year, they were getting a lot less traction. So is
I
that,
would agree with that statement.
which,
No, the one that, you know, there was a thaw, for lack of a better
right,
way to describe it in Q4,
okay,
but this ghosted phenomenon that's taking place is so accurate and so true. We literally had, this is no lie, 9 different individuals apply, send a resume in, have a quick interview, set up an interview call, go through the call and then want to come in, and they don't come in. 9.
wow,
Yes. And how do you, it makes no sense. You go through all those things, you get an interview, physically come in, have a nice chat, figure out what's going on, and they just ghost. Never hear from them, don't cancel, nothing.
They get a job someplace else.
No, I don't know.
Are they possibly using?
Some of these people have done it twice.
Really?
Well,
Yes.
So I was gonna say, it might be a case where someone is saying, all right, to their current employer, hey, listen, they're using you as leverage.
Oh, that could be it.
The-
I think there's also, you know, a requirement to show that you've approached a company to get a,
unemployment,
you know, a little
Unemployment, yeah.
Exactly, so you're able to maintain your unemployment.
yeah.
I think that's a big component of it.
Yeah.
The other thing is that, I think it's generational. You know, People,
I was gonna say the Gen Z.
well, I don't wanna label it because, you know, sometimes, you know, I think I know what the demographics are, but I don't, so I don't
two,
categorize anybody. But I just say that
Yeah.
it's common practice, and I guess I'm taken back with the manners.
Lack of respect.
Well, no, manners.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, common manners.
well,
courtesy.
so
Yeah,
yeah.
here's kind of two things I'll share with you. My son's company had this thing where they wouldn't give people raises. And then what they would tell them is, well, go out the marketplace and bring us an offer and then we'll match it. Well, what happened was people go out, get that offer, and then they left. So I doubt people are being ghosted because unless they have that offer to show that their current employer, there was no benefit to going through all that work.
Right.
The second thing is, and this is very biased and it's my opinion, not documented. I think this generation, a lot of them grow up where everybody gets a trophy and they're kind of shocked because they had a sense of entitlement and things are not going as smooth as they want. And they feel like they're worth more than what they actually worth. There's a disconnect between.
I wouldn't disagree with
between
you, but
reality.
this is, we didn't even get to an offer. We just wanted them to come in and have an interview. And they ghosted us.
Yeah, well, I can't explain that.
Okay.
All right, let's go back to the survey and we'll,
Yes.
are you considering closing was a question we asked. Nobody was considering closing. And do you have any questions not covered by the survey? We've had 3 responses. One person said that they found the department's hard to navigate at times. But people are always nice and willing to help. Business around the common is thriving. So much so that additional parking is important to retaining and improving the long-term success. Grafton is a hidden gem. We need to do more advertising. So that's pretty much what we have so far. One other things,
It's too far.
yeah,
Yeah,
other
People
things,
don't wanna park.
Just past that barn?
No, people don't wanna park
A block away.
a block away to walk over to Steve's place and grab a coffee. They wanna park right in front. That area is very difficult to try to create new parking.
To reconfigure unless you want to
Because-
take away the
because-
town common.
You know, unless, yeah, well, I mean, you know, we've had people propose taking the old fire station down, and putting parking, well, it's actually on our agenda tomorrow. But
Well-
I'm not in favor of doing that, but you know. Somebody brought up what you just brought up, when that thing gets built on, you know, across from the new fire station, you know, then there'll be parking over there.
Well,
You know what, I always say, July 3rd,
mhm.
we have the concert on the common.
Hmm.
Somehow. Amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen 1,000 people there or more.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Library.
Yeah.
nobody can.
Well,
But I understand the businesses
Right.
have very limited parking in front of their businesses,
Mhm.
and I'm not sure what we can do about that.
Mhm.
Right,
Did anybody ever talk to the? I guess there's 3 or 4 churches
Yeah.
on the common
Yeah,
about leasing their space during non-service days.
yeah,
That-
I don't.
they, one,
Yeah,
they
they
don't
do
really
it
have
on
much
the
parking
day.
themselves.
Near, beaches and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like if it's not a Sunday. you
It's
can
not
park
great
there
for them
free.
to, you know, if you pay them, I don't know, $250 a year or $250 a month. You know, some number
Right,
Yeah,
that makes it worthwhile. Maybe
But-
they can fix their parking lot. One of them needs to
Yeah,
fix their
yeah.
parking
Yeah.
lot. That's my pet peeve.
But that's, you know, that's an issue that has plagued the businesses in the center of town for
Yeah.
a long time.
Right.
And, you know, the library's right there. And, you know, people can park in the library, as far as I'm concerned, they can park there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't wanna walk there.
right, and there's,
They
there's
don't- they
plenty of
park in front
spots
the business.
behind the Grafton Inn that's always available.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's part of that church
Right, but
parking lot, right?
it goes back to people not wanting to walk.
Mhm.
That's
It's like they don't want their steps.
exactly what it is. It's, you know, but. You know, hopefully tomorrow night we'll come up with a plan to
But-
add parking to the area that's.
Now,
Really.
here's the challenge is if you go to basic planning school, they will tell you, you don't tear down an asset.
Right.
Preaching to the choir, kid.
Small buildings.
Right, that's right.
S-
Right. This
so-
building was discussed to be torn down.
Not torn down, right?
Right. So,
You had mentioned, I think our last meeting, if they did level that lot. And they're only gonna gain what, 6 or 7 spaces?
Torn down.
They'll gain 20?
and the cost for those 20 becomes like
No.
almost 100,000 a spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not,
So I have another thing that I'm gonna submit tomorrow.
Okay.
And
Just when-
it's actually gonna create more spaces than the current spaces.
Right.
Anyway,
Can I ask, we had talked way back when about I think it was the state that was proposing widening 140 and walkways, and, that whole redesign from about the Peralta's all the way down to
yeah,
and then, directional traffic, like we can't get out of our parking space.
right.
Our parking lot at certain hours, which is
Yeah.
impossible.
and turn left.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to go right.
You have to go right, and then what you do is you go down to the Stop and Shop, you turn around and come back,
Right,
right? So that's not, functionally adequate for a business of
Correct.
our size in town, so on and so forth.
yes,
And Koopman's is the same way.
Right.
And if you're coming back the other way, and then you got the Daily Grind, you got Pitsy's, you got all these places that can't get
Right.
going to the opposite direction,
Yeah,
Right.
right?
yep.
No, the state came in and made a big presentation about that. What's ever happened to that?
nothing.
Nothing.
So it didn't go to the next step.
Whatever happened to it hasn't been relayed back to the town.
Okay, did we ask about it? Do you remember me talking about it with you?
I will see what I can find for you.
I'm sure it has all to do with funding.
Well, I understand that, but I guess it was a massive presentation. I mean, we had probably 150 people in the auditorium there at the high school.
Right.
And they made a big presentation and so on and so forth.
I will check on that.
Maybe I'll call Mr. Meridian's office and find out.
Is that what you're gonna bring?
Nope, I have another.
Oh, yeah, I invited him.
You did, good.
Okay,
Does he invite Mike Moore?
No, I can though.
Oh,
You gotta do
Want me
it.
to?
Okay.
you want
Okay.
to invite?
You know him better. He like sees me and he like, I think he recognizes me, my face, but he doesn't really like know where he recognizes me from.
No, I mean, that probably happens with him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see him at some things every once in a while and he's like, I should know that person, but I'll.
What's the status of Steve's?
Approved,
Oh, I didn't say, I didn't know.
approved on December 11th,
Nice.
So I'm not that far behind.
right? Especially factoring holidays and stuff like
Right.
that.
Well, good for him. That's exciting.
Yes,
Yeah.
very happy.
And when you start building,
Stop those.
You know,
that's pretty good.
so, and then 17 and 27 Upton Street. They're making some progress.
And where's that again?
That's the old barn and the old
Yeah, close to the firehouse.
DPW.
Companies.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about, the Wyman Gordon, anything going on there?
No,
Nothing.
Still in land court?
so no, it's
No.
not a land court, but it's not.
Get thrown out, or they're just?
No, they get out.
Resolved.
They just, it was resolved.
Yeah.
So the issue is, and I'm sure you know this, is that the warehouse business
Is declined,
is
Right.
dead,
right,
absolutely dead. And, if you built a warehouse 5 years ago or started building a warehouse anywhere between 5 and 3 years ago, you're okay.
right,
But there's millions and millions and millions of square feet of warehouse that's empty.
Sure.
And they're just spider farms. And that's where that is. So
okay,
I don't know if they have a retail, real estate company, a real estate company. So I don't know what the plan is.
the realtor,
The realtor is, one of the realtors is a retail,
the stubble line, or is it somebody else?
no, they're still there, but then there's another one.
Yeah, I missed that sign.
Yeah, so but nothing.
Aesthetically, it still looks great. Double barbed wire.
So I used to tell people, and I'll tell you,
Don't get me going.
I used to tell people that big area in the front, all that grass, that's where the missiles are.
That's why the geese keep it all so fertilized.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you want me to invite Tufts to this meeting? Now, I don't know who's around because
all
Gene and Joe
gone.
left. Right,
all-
Gene and Joe left, but they said that the people out of Boston are going to manage Grafton going
And
forward.
we don't have that person's name.
That should be,
Th-
thought they
This,
just
I'll
wanted
invite
to
who I can.
President person.
Well, they did, but this is, so dealing with Tufts on a business level is different people.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
not academically.
Yeah,
So what's going on over at the old state hospital?
Feels- Now you're trying to get my blood pressure up?
I'm just asking.
I actually talked to John Grant today,
Okay,
and he said that prices are coming down and that the equity markets are thawing. And he's hoping that he's gonna get the financing in place.
okay.
That's why 1727 are progressive. I'm simply regurgitating
Sure.
what was told to me.
Yeah.
Without expressing an opinion.
Mhm. Oh, no, we're on UPS.
No,
Anybody? You don't have to say. never
I'll
mind.
let you know.
Okay,
All right.
but I have another way to get information.
Yes.
Nope. Leave it at
Okay. Let's see. Sean, any questions, comments, suggestions?
Not at the moment.
Fantastic, like the way you work.
Yes. Laura?
No, nothing. I mean, it looks like we're going. I mean, I'll just make some phone calls over the next, week or so, and also to try and get more survey
Yeah. why not?
responses.
Okay, Laura, you seem to be tight with the equestrian community.
Yep,
So if you wanna share the brochure with them for the meeting on the 24th, that would be wonderful.
yeah, definitely. And there's a few other, people, I'm gonna reach out to again this week, like some of the dentists in town. You know, a few of the restaurants.
Yeah,
Again, I don't know where it is.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Right now, based on what this expanded list of who we're inviting, I think we may be close to 100 people. Well, put it this way, between the town,
That's
the
a
master
big-
plan people. Between the town and the master plan group, the planning board. Right
I don't
there,
think that-
right there is probably
It's like
30
the whole
people.
planning board is not.
I
gonna-
think
Yeah.
you're gonna have coming and go.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be fine.
yeah.
Okay,
Inviting the board and the board showing up.
As long as we have name tags, I'll be happy.
yeah, I've decided I'm not going to actually print name tags in advance because I have no idea who's coming. I don't want to offend people.
Yeah, we can
So you
just
all
find out.
write your own names.
The little hello, my name is.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna stop.
John, could you resend the link, the survey link again? I know I have it from a few weeks back, but
okay.
Are you sending out reminders for the survey anymore, or you're done with doing that?
No, because the system was programmed to send out 2 reminders.
Mhm.
And the belief is
done.
if they didn't do it with 3 suggestions,
Yeah,
Right.
we're not gonna get them to do it if we send it out a 4th time.
Mhm.
Anything else, Gene?
Nothing.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
So be it.
Thank you.
Thank you.